So, Star Wars Hunters has just been announced for PC. Super exciting. We've been asking for it for the longest time, and it's finally coming in January on the 27th. There's a couple of Steam playtests in early December and early January, but the full release, January 27th, it looks great. Now, one of the first questions I saw posted up on the Reddits was, well, what about Mac? And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Mac is supported via Steam for that. It looks like Windows is a requirement. However, there is some good news. You can play Star Wars Hunters on a Mac with some caveats right now, and you have been able to do so for a while. And it's probably the best way to play it until PC launches in a few weeks. Now, caveat number one, you need to have a MacBook or Mac with an Apple Silicon chip. So that's an Apple M1, 2, 3, or 4. It won't run on an Intel Mac. Apologies, this will only work on the Apple Silicon Macs. Caveat two is it's not great with a keyboard and mouse. You probably want to use a controller. Now, I'll dive in. I'll show you guys how to do that and how to play it literally right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is this program here called PlayCover. As you can see, it says run iOS apps and games natively on your Apple Silicon Mac, which it does. It runs them natively just because Macs now share common hardware with iPads and iPhones. They've all got the same sort of architecture. So, simple one here, you hit download the latest version. I've not messed around with any of these, but can't hurt to get the latest version. Tiny little file, it's like a few meg, done really, really quickly. And then the next thing you want, as I've got over it in my second tab here, you want to go to this Decrypt IPA store. Easiest way to find this, literally just Google search Star Wars Hunters IPA. It'll be the first link. When you get there, just type Star Wars Hunters into the search bar. Give it a second, and there it throws it up. Star Wars Hunters version 4.0.0, 7 days, because that was when it launched. That version of the game, should I say. So, another caveat I should point out here is there is no way to update the game using PlayCover. It doesn't have an app store. You have to manually install games every time they're updated. If I tried to launch version 4 when version 5 is out in a month or so, it will fail and you just won't be able to play it. You need to update manually to the new version. Fortunately, very, very easy. You just come back to this website here and re-download the new version and install on top of the old one inside PlayCover. We'll show you how to install in a second. So to do that, come in here, click on version 4 there. It will load up the page. Simply download for free. It'll give you, you don't need the premium link, just hit the download. It'll throw a couple of web pages up, hit download link, and eventually after a few clicks, one more time, and there it goes in the top right. It's like, there you go, a couple of gigs, downloading that now. Whilst that's downloading, one other thing to note then, on the left here, you've got request decrypt. Now, I've never had to do this because somebody always beats me to it, but when a new version of the game comes out, this website won't automatically just pull it in. Somebody needs to manually come in here and ask for the newest version to be decrypted and uploaded. Like I say, for me, it's always been done pretty like instantaneously following a launch. So you click on request decrypt and you just drop the App Store URL. So you can literally go to the Apple website, type Star Wars Hunters, take that link, drop it in there, hit request, hour or two tops, the new version will be available and everybody can download it and play it. Now, what we'll do is we'll let that finish downloading. We will jump across into PlayCover. I'll show you how to install and launch the game. Okay, so I've got PlayCover downloaded and installed. You simply just install it like you would any other program downloaded from the internet on a Mac. And then we are ready to install Star Wars Hunters. So simply click this import IPA button, navigate to where you've got your Hunters file, which is probably going to be your downloads. Click on it, simply hit open, and it will go through the process of extracting the app from the IPA file. Usually takes a minute or two tops, I guess, depending on the hardware you've got. We'll give that a sec. Once that's installed, we'll jump back in again and we'll look at playing the game. Okay, so Hunters just finished installing. As you can see, it's now present in the app library within PlayCover. Now, one thing I really like, which is really, really sweet and makes it feel like a really complete experience, is if you jump into your Launchpad, Hunters now appears as like a native app, which is absolutely awesome. So you can drag that, you can drop it down into your dock, and then you don't even need to open PlayCover going forward to play the game. You simply just boot it from the dock. It opens like an iPad app. It's super, super quick. Now, just before we do that, I'm going to select Hunters in PlayCover, which is something you do need to do to make any changes to it. Now, this is where you can tweak performance and settings. And if I open that up now, if you're looking to use keyboard and mouse, which again, I personally don't recommend, but your mileage may vary, you want to enable key mapping here, because when we open the game, it will give us the options to add your sort of key points to it. Now, the main one you can care for here is graphics. what you need to do is tell PlayCover which device that the game thinks it's running on. Obviously, it's pre-selected an M1 iPad Pro here. I'm going to change that to an M4 iPad Pro. You can even choose the iPhones, but let's be honest, that's the most powerful device there. That's what I'm going to go for. If you're using an M1 chip, maybe go for an M1 iPad. I've got an M3 MacBook Air, so it's about the closest thing I've got. Resolution, I go for 1080p, and then I drop the resolution scaler down to 1.5. 1440p for me was stuttering a little bit after a few games. The reason being, I think, is because I've got a MacBook Air, there's no fan. If you've got a MacBook Pro, a Mac Mini, or even a Mac Pro, if you're using your Mac Pro to play iPhone games, you'd probably be fine at 1440p or maybe even 4K. I don't know. You'd have to try that for yourself on your devices. But I'm going to go for 1080p and put the resolution scaler for 1.5. Aspect ratio, I'm leaving it 16 by 9 because that's my the full screen on my monitor here. So hit OK. And then now it's just a matter of launching Star Wars Hunters. On a first boot, it might have to verify the file. So we'll see, give that a second. There we go, so you've got to verify it. It doesn't take very long, and that will never happen again once you've done that the first time. Give that a second, and we'll cut to the game menu. So we are in the game. I've got my controller connected. One thing to note is it doesn't really work very well or at all to navigate the menus. So you do need to use your mouse to navigate the menus in the game. So as you can see, I've got my little cursor here. Let's jump into, say, just some training, just to show you guys how it looks and how it plays, which is really, really nice. And I honestly think this is the best way to play the game outside of the upcoming PC launch. I mean, it looks pretty nice, right? I was previously using an Android device plugged into a monitor, and that looked great. But this just seems so much higher in terms of like sort of the asset resolution, and it's much, much smoother as well. But as you can see, it plays really, really nice. Playing with Mara here with the controller, super smooth. Honestly, great experience. It feels like you're playing on a console or something. And to be honest with you, given like that this is a mobile game, it looks absolutely stunning. We can just chop up with any hunters here and just have a little chop around in the training mode. Get some damage of Reeve. But yeah, this is honestly super nice way to play it. And absolutely no complaints for me. So that's Hunters on a MacBook or any Mac using a controller. Now, I don't do it, but I'll show you guys how to do the keybinds really quickly if you so desire. So take your mouse, hit escape here, and then whilst you've got PlayCover or Hunters selected, you're going to click key mapping in the top left there. Open/close the key mapping editor, and then you simply click where you want to add a key map. So here I'm going to go for the WASD. Now, one caveat, it doesn't seem to work very well. Or it's not very accurate, it's probably the best way to put it. So you need to make these really big for it to work. So you want to go key mapping, and you've got this upsize selected element, or you can just use your command and up on the keyboard. So with that selected, I'm going to go command. I'm going to blow that up a few times to make that really quite large. And I know it seems over the top, but I promise you need to do it. And then if I go key mapping, open it again, I'm going to click. Oh, I didn't mean to save that. 1 second. Key mapping, open the editor, click over here for my mouse movement. Let's just leave that like there to look around, I guess. And then what you'd need to do is click on these and add individual buttons. And now you can bind, like, I don't know, if I just say, I don't know, let's just use the R key, and that binds R to it. Again, it's not what I would recommend, but if you want to do it, that's how you do it. Then again, if over here, if I do space for me jump or something. Cool. Once that's done, key mapping, open or close it. And then as you can see, I am now playing on a keyboard and mouse. Again, I don't really recommend this because it just doesn't feel super intuitive to me. And some of the controls, like Reeve's jump here, obviously is on space. And then to do her leap, you have to hold space. Whereas on a controller, that's a separate button to do the leap. But yeah, that's Star Wars Hunters on a MacBook. Guys, if you enjoyed that one, I've been parallel. I stream Star Wars Hunters all the time. Obviously, the PC launch is on its way soon, which is the platform that I will be moving to play. This has been great, and this will be my on-the-go method. I'll take my MacBook Air with me everywhere, so I've still got a really awesome way to play on the go. But yeah, MacBook users, Mac users, you are not left out. You can play Star Wars Hunters on your PC. It's super easy to run. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up. If you loved it, drop a sub. Swing by the Cantina, which is what we call this behind us. This is the theme of my stream. I'm streaming every Sunday at 10 p.m. GMT or 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then I also stream Hunters throughout the week as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll catch you guys in the future. Peace.